news at noon. A 14-year-old boy who apparently was running from Glendale police overnight drowned in the Milwaukee River. City Alderman Mike McGee held his first meeting to recruit members for his Black Panther militia last night. Someone in Wisconsin chose all 6 numbers to win $8 million in the Megabucks jackpot. In our Children's Family Health today, pedestrian safety, watching out for kids with the warmer weather approaching. And Sally says no warmer weather for the next few days. She'll have a forecast. Join us at noon.
Milwaukee's Funniest Home Videos, camera cutout, major prizes, Channel 12.
Good morning and welcome to Milwaukee's Talking. You know, the argument could have been over doing the dishes, shoveling the snow, taking out the garbage. When you talk about sibling rivalry, it's something that most of us have had first-hand experience with, and some say it's the ultimate family feud, and that's what Milwaukee's talking about this morning. Now it's time to fess up. When you were young, would you fight with your brother or sister?
Oh, absolutely.
And what would you fight about with your brother or sister?
Oh, probably clothes for one thing. And she was 4 years older than I, and I was jealous of her.
Okay. And what would you fight with your brother or sister about?
Who gets to sit in the front seat of the car?
And who would win most of those arguments?
Well, usually the first person got there, but I was the oldest, so I tried to get the front seat as much as possible.
So you'd have a foot race to the car?
Oh, of course.
Boy, that's amazing. Now, what do your children argue about?
They argue about who gets the front seat of the car. They argue about who's going to sit in a particular chair to watch a particular show on television.
Sounds very familiar. I would like to ask you to help me welcome to Milwaukee's Talking this morning Jane Perkins and her husband, Jim. And yes. And I also would like you to help me welcome their 2 children who have agreed to come on the show and talk to us about what sibling rivalry is all about. And we're speaking on the couch this morning with 12-year-old Ryan Perkins and 11-year-old Jamie Perkins. And welcome to the show. It's great having you folks with us. Now, like most brothers and sisters, you have occasional arguments. What do you folks argue about?
About, like, who sits in the front seat of the car, about, like, who gets to watch what on TV.
But now, why would you argue about who gets to sit in the front seat of the car? Why is that important?
I like to sit in the front seat of the car.
Is the view better there or what?
Well, you get to, so you can fool around with the radio, so you can listen to what you want.
Isn't there a way to settle that? For example, could you work out some sort of solution to it, whereby on Wednesdays she gets the front seat, on Fridays you get the front seat?
Yeah, we could try that, but it probably wouldn't work out, because we have another brother who's older, and then we probably just, we start stuff, but then we never finish.
Okay. Now, Jamie, when you folks have a disagreement, do your mom and dad try to step in, or what happens?
They try to break it up, or they try to help.
How do they try to break it up? You think about that for a moment, okay? You have an older brother, Brent, too. Now, do you have more disagreements with Brent or Jamie?
With my older brother.
Can you give us some other examples in terms of, for example, how you disagree with Brent?
Well, because we share clothes and everything, so, like, he'll get mad if I wear something of his and don't ask and stuff, and, like, he likes to beat me up and stuff like that.
Mom, I want to ask for some help from you here. Do you, as a parent, I find myself doing this as a parent, I want to ask you, do you have different relationships with each child in the family? Do you discipline them differently?
Basically, the discipline is the same. At least I try to keep it the same.
How do you do that? Because it's not always that easy to make it the same.
It depends on the circumstances, and a lot of times when they're disagreeing about something, we both, my husband and I both try and let them work their problems out. We step in if it looks like it's going to become physical.
Okay. Now, what do you think would be some good ways to work out disagreements? And I know we're talking about natural disagreements that you have, and every family has them. What would be some ways to work it out? What do you think, Jamie? When he wants to sit in the front seat and you want to sit in the front seat, what would be a good way to work that out?
To take turns.
To take turns. How could you take turns?
Maybe you could make a chart and like switch every day of the week off.
Oh, okay. Okay. Would there be another way that you could work that out?
What we usually do is like if we have to stop at a couple places, like if we're going out to eat, then they can sit in the front till we get to the place, and then we leave, then a different person can sit in the front to that house. So.
Yeah. Do you, when you grow up to become mothers or fathers, will you want to step in when your kids argue, or do you think it would be best for you to step back as your mom and dad do sometimes?
Probably both depend. Like my mom said, if it's physical, then probably step in, but otherwise, so that they can work it out, so they know how to work it out when they're parents.
Do you guys do the dishes together a lot?
No.
No? Why not? That's like a big chore at my house.
We usually unload the dishwasher.
You unload it,
Yeah.
but that's not a problem for you, unloading the dishwasher. That's okay. A lot of families taking out the trash, arguments that come about from taking out the trash. Who takes out the trash in your family, Jamie?
I usually do.
You usually do. You want him to take out the trash more? I mean,
We take turns.
you take turns. You take turns. Who shovels the snow?
My brother and I, and my mom helps.
Okay. Do you think she ought to spend more time shoveling the snow? Okay. What about folding laundry and normal jobs like that?
My mom and I always do that.
You always do that. You always do that. Do you guys, you're talking about working out a chart maybe. Do you guys have any, I guess what I'm getting at here is, you have normal jobs that you do and you have normal jobs that you do?
We usually are we have to do we have to take care of our own stuff, we have to clean our own rooms, and we get sheets of stuff to do and stuff.
Another problem that surfaces at my house is when the kids are trying to decide what to watch on television. How do you and Jim resolve that? Aside from having a couple of television sets.
That helps. I think that we have similar interests, and we watch sports events on TV, and all of us like to watch that. Of an evening, generally, we don't watch a lot of television, but if we do, it just seems to be something that works out, that what we're watching seems to be of interest to everyone.
Oftentimes, what starts out as childish disagreements grow up to become major disagreements as siblings grow up to become adults, and we'll talk about that when we come back with more of Milwaukee's Talking this morning. Stay with us.
Live with Regis and Kathy Lee.
Kathy and I are here to cheer you up.
And on the next Live, the laughs are on Paul Reiser from My Two Dads, and Jerome Alexander will show you how to make up your eyes.
Tomorrow morning at 9 here on Channel 12.
The country decor you've always wanted is at Victoria's Stencil and Country Shop, located on Pilgrim and North in Brookfield in the Pilgrim Square Shopping Center. Victoria's has a wide selection of everything you need for country decorating, including the largest selection of stencils in the Midwest. Victoria's can even custom make one for you. Looking for decorating ideas? You'll find trained consultants to help. Window treatments, furniture, country rugs, linens, gift items, and collectibles. For all your country home decorating needs, visit Victoria's Stencil and Country Shop.
Recently, when I became deathly ill, I was able to summon an ambulance, my next-door neighbor, my family, and my doctor without picking up a telephone. I used this remote control to contact LifeCall, my 24-hour emergency medical response service. Watch. You just press this button and speak into the air and...
I'm having chest pain.
I'm calling paramedics and your family, Mr. Miller.
I've fallen, and I can't get up.
We're sending help immediately, Mrs. Fletcher.
See? Protect yourself with LifeCall, and you're never alone. To get complete free information by mail about this affordable medical emergency response system, call toll-free now. LifeCall can save your life, so call to get free details by mail right away.
For free information.